Namaskar. Welcome you all in this educational video of NIOS. Today we are going to do subject EVS. This is for senior secondary level and code number for this subject is 333. Today we are going to do lesson number 2. Lesson name is, as you can see on the screen, it is environmental science. Lesson name is environment and human society. Now let us discuss the usage of coal. The first use is that we use coal for the cooking purpose as a fuel, and the second use of coal is that we use it for running different locomotives like railways you must have seen, and also the furnaces use coal for making the bricks. There are different factories which make bricks and those factories have furnaces. And the third usage is, it is important in various industries for the generation of electricity. The fifth usage is that coal is used for the extraction of metals and minerals. As we all know that we extract coal from the ground, and then there is special methods for extraction of minerals from that coal part or the black part. And the sixth part is usage is thermal power generation. Now this is another use of this energy, which is petroleum and natural gas. Petroleum was probably originated from the marine animals that lived during past geological periods, just as coal was formed from vegetation far below under the ground. And also millions of years ago, animals and plants which lived during that period, and when they got buried after their death under those layers and layers of soil, and the pressure converted them into the fossil fuel. And nowadays whenever we need coal, we extract that from under the ground. So nowadays we use that coal. As we know, there are different layers on the earth which is inside the earth. So we are using that coal from the underground part. And also you might have heard, you might have seen the CNG, which is compressed natural gas. It is nowadays being used to run different automobiles, and it is also considered to be a relatively clean fuel. As you know that petrol vehicles, diesel vehicles and CNG vehicles, these are the three different categories of vehicles, and there are different kinds of petrol pump. So whenever CNG is used, it does not pollute the environment or does not pollute the air. So this CNG is created by the compressing of natural gases. So that is why it is called as CNG in brief. We know that electricity can be generated using diesel and natural gas. And also the LPG, we all must have seen in our home. It is liquid petroleum gas. It comes in the cylinder through pipes, and in our home it is used as a fuel for cooking purposes. LPG is used for the cooking purpose and CNG is used for the transportation. Now let us discuss about metal ores or minerals. You know, when humans have dug up the mines and removed the massive amount of different metals like aluminum, iron, copper, lead, zinc and mercury, etc. from the natural deposits, there are different kinds of metals which we get from inside the earth, along with the coal, the fossil fuel. All these metals are of different colors and they are being used for different purposes. We will discuss in detail in our further lessons. Now you can see the word aluminum is a metal, but it is not a heavy metal, it is just a very light metal. And there are different forms of aluminum, and you must have seen different utensils in your home for making food, like you sometimes have aluminum spoons and different vessels you use at home while cooking. They are all made up of aluminum. And also for transportation for the vehicles, few parts of the vehicles is made from aluminum, and those parts are the light weight parts, not very heavy. And also the spacecrafts use aluminum. So these are the usages of metals. Now the second metal is iron. Iron and its alloys, they are used for making different materials, like armaments are the weapons which we use for our army, and also the railway lines are made from iron. The wheels of the railways are also of the iron, and also the bogies, the bonnets of the car also has iron, and the engines. Another metal is copper. We know copper is a bit red in color. You can see the image on the screen. This is used for industrial containers, electric wires, and it is also used in the telecom industries. We also use copper and zinc for making brass items. Copper is a strong metal, so that is why it is used in the industrial container purposes. And in the electric wires, you must have seen the red thread inside the wire. and the different items we use in the telecom industries, they have copper wires inside. And we make brass using copper and zinc together. In our home also, we use different handles which are made from brass. Like there are some instruments we use, we play during marriage. So there are a lot of things which are made from copper. And I hope you will not forget the jewelries made of gold, silver and the platinum. All these are metals only. These are the natural resources. Till now we have talked about abiotic resources. We have understood land, water, energy and the different names which were under this group. Now let us discuss the biotic resources. In this we have plants, animals and microorganisms. So let us first begin with the plants. We know that microbes are the microorganisms such as bacteria. There are various organisms which are very small, but these are few names you should be aware of. The first one is bacteria, second is protists and the fungi. These are so minute that we cannot see them through our naked eyes, and they can be seen only under the microscope. So we put this slide in the microscope, and if we see through using a microscope, we can see the microorganisms. And some of these microorganisms, they cause disease, but there are some good microorganisms as well. And what good they can do? Like sometimes they ferment our food stuff such as pizza bases we all know, we all have eaten. So we put some yeast in the dough and keep it for some time, then automatically it gets fermented. That is because of the microorganisms. And the bread, there are some good bacteria and some bad bacteria, or some good microorganisms, some bad microorganisms. And also there are some microorganisms in the water and also some in the different kinds of drinks. And there are different microorganisms available which help us clean the environment by degrading the waste and the dead animals and plants. Whenever there is an animal who is dead, animal or plant who is dead, there are very small microorganisms which comes inside that animal and start eating that. And slowly we see that the waste material is degraded and it vanishes after some time. It becomes soil. So this is due to these small microbes. And plants, of course, it gives us oxygen and also the food. So these are the two main usages of plants, that it gives us air to breathe and the food to eat. And we all know that we need food for our survival. The main two staple foods are rice and wheat, and these two are also the seeds of plants. These are the grains which we cultivate, and so similarly we get pulses and spices. And there are many plants which provides us natural fibers like cotton and jute for us, which we use for making bags and clothes. And also rubber, resin, woods. These are some plants products which are used for making different articles used in our daily life. We use cap, clothes, and the mat, different types of items like coconut, waste material. So whatever it is of no use, we make things out of that thing. Like we know cotton, we make clothes, and cotton comes from the plant. So plants are really useful for making different materials which we use in our daily life. And also the rubber, the resin, the wood. These are the plant products which we use for making different articles. These articles we use in our daily life. Also some medicines also we get from the plants only. And there are different views of these natural resources. Let us understand the one view. Like on one hand, the natural resources are fast and depleting because of the over-exploitation by the humans. And the other view is that our earth is becoming a big dumping ground for the waste material which is generated by the activities of the fast growing human population. And this is becoming a cause of concern, as it is resulting in the deterioration of human, animal, and plant life. So it is really a cause of concern. Now let us understand the relationship between the primitive human society and the environment. Let us discuss it in points. We know that the modern humans has been evolved because of the transformation, and it was about 2 million years ago from ape-like ancestors. The two major trends in human evolutions have been these. The first one is enlarged brain. During primitive time, the brain was not like the present time. And the second big trend in the human evolution is that humans started having bipedal gait, or you can say the movement. So both these two changes gave human many advantages over other animals. How? Because of large brain, it helped human to think, to decide, to communicate, and the human hands become free to use different items, like humans started making tools and also doing multifarious tasks. Hope you have understood the lesson. Thank you. Namaskar.